Welcome to the True One installation video. Before wiring the AC driver, turn off the main power. Remove the knockout and route the building's electrical supply wires into the AC driver. Splice the hot, neutral, and ground input LED wires to the building's electrical supply wires. If using 0 to 10 volt dimming, connect the 0 to 10 volt wires. If using phase dimming, ensure that 0 to 10 volt wires are capped off. Remove the knockout and splice the AC driver's output LED wires, red and black, to the low voltage wiring. Up to 100 feet of wire can run between the 96-watt driver and the furthest fixture. Verify that the driver output wires match the input connector wire's polarity. Reversed polarity will damage the fixture. Note, you can connect a maximum of 5 and a minimum of 1 1-inch fixtures to a 96-watt driver. If installing multiple drivers, keep a minimum space of 5 inches between them to allow for proper airflow. Locate the fixture position and install bar hanger ends into joists by screwing in 4 factory-installed screws at the end of the bar hangers. Note, this is compatible with 16 inches to 24 inches spacing. The center of the opening is offset 1 5/8 inches from the center of the housing. To center the opening within the frame, spacing must be at least 17 1/4 inches. Adjust the horizontal position by sliding it along bar hangers. Lock horizontal positioning by fastening 2 bar hanger factory-installed screws. Loosen the 2 screws with a screwdriver and push junction box door to remove it. Remove one of the knockouts on the housing. Route low voltage wires through hole and connect low voltage wires to attached Wago connectors. Ensure that low voltage wires match the polarity of the housing conduit wires. Return junction box door back on housing and tighten screws. Mount drywall to ceiling. Mark center fixture position on drywall. Using a router, cut opening at the marked position and start cutting from the center towards an edge. Then along the inside edge of the housing opening. Note, drywall compatible thickness is 1/2 inch to 1 1/4 inch. Choose the correct heat sink, downlight, or adjustable based on your ceiling plan. The steps to install both are the same. Hook aircraft cable on heat sink onto metal stud in housing. The heat sink can now hang freely to allow for electrical connections to be made. Note, there are 2 metal studs on housing, and heat sink can be installed on either side. Connect the housing connector to the DC regulator connector in the heat sink. Note, to separate connector, depress connector, release. Note, do not allow the heat sink to hang by the housing wiring connector. Align heat sink with square opening in drywall. Push the heat sink up until the sheet metal bracket is flush with the ceiling. Secure by fastening 2 captive screws. Tighten screws until the sheet metal bracket is tight against the drywall. Power drill recommended. Use 2-inch tape and mud to join the heat sink to the surrounding drywall, covering all visible hardware. Ensure that the tape does not protrude onto front face of heat sink. Sand the joint and continue feathering it out. Apply additional layers of mud until the plate is covered and is flush with the collar at the fixture aperture. Remove the mud cover to complete the final sanding. Remove any dust created from sanding and replace the mud cover. Paint the ceiling and remove mud cover by pulling down before paint has fully dried. Place the module directly below the round opening in the ceiling. Align the 3 metal spring contacts on the module with the white line on the heatsink base. Push the module gently into the opening. The trim of the module should be protruding about 1/2 inch from the ceiling. Gently rotate the module clockwise until stopped. Do not over-rotate the module. Press the module until there is an audible clicking noise. Note, do not let go of module until it has been clicked into place. There is a risk it may dislodge before then. Remove rubber cover from the module. The module should now be flush with the ceiling. If you need to remove the module, reverse these steps. The adjustable installation process is the same as the downlight. Refer to the downlight heatsink installation for steps on installation. The adjustable heatsink must be at the factory preset, 0-degree tilt for installation. Place the module directly below the round opening in the ceiling. Align the 3 metal spring contacts on the module with the white line on the heatsink base. Grip the installation tool that is secured to push the module gently into the opening. The installation tool should be protruding about 1/2 inch from the ceiling. Gently use the installation tool to rotate the module clockwise until stopped. Do not over-rotate the module. Press the installation tool until there is an audible clicking noise. Note, do not let go of module until it has been clicked into place. There is a risk it may dislodge before then. Gently remove the installation tool. The module should now be flush with the ceiling. To adjust tilt and rotation, identify the gear shaft located in the heatsink. Note, while it is recommended to aim using a nut driver, a flathead screwdriver can also be used. To tilt the module up to 35 degrees, turn the gear shaft counterclockwise until the desired angle is achieved. To reduce the angle, turn the gear shaft clockwise. The tilting mechanism is self-locking. To rotate the heatsink up to 360 degrees, use the nut driver as a lever to rotate the heatsink. Once the desired position is achieved, align trim shield to cover gear shaft. Push trim into the ceiling until it clicks into place. Installation is now complete. The DC regulator on the True One can be replaced. Wearing gloves, press up on the module until it clicks and disengages. Rotate the module counterclockwise and pull down to remove from the ceiling. Pull the ribbon down to remove the DC regulator from the heatsink. Disconnect the DC regulator connector from the housing connector by depressing the connector release. To replace the DC regulator, connect the new DC regulator connector to the housing connector. Ensure the 3 gold connectors and DMF logo are facing you. Place the DC regulator back inside the cavity of the heatsink and ensure it snaps into position magnetically. Reinstall the module as previously instructed. As always, the True 1-inch is plug and play, backed by our in-house engineering, dedicated customer support, and DMF's 5-year warranty. True 1, minimal profile, maximum illumination.